you'll notice I'm recording my lesson. I record all my lessons so that if you ever miss it, you can go online, you can see the note, but you can also actually go through the lesson. Do with that what you will. But it's a good way to make sure you never end up behind. We're going to start going down the taxonomy, and in this course, we're not going to get down to the phylum level even, right? Like we'll talk about, I guess when we get to animal systems, we'll work our way down there. But of course, I took 2 classes in fungal mycology in university where we really dove into fungi, right? And we learned a lot about it. I took a lot of microbiology classes where we dug into bacteria, archaea, and things like that. But generally speaking, yeah, that's fine. We'll get to it. Generally speaking, this class we don't have time to dive in too deeply into all of them. But I want to start by saying we are going to cover all of the kingdoms, at least briefly. And before we can do that, then we have to talk about the domains. So, if you'll recall from grade 10, there are 2 major types of cells. What are they? And do not say plant cells and animal cells. Those are 2 types of cells, but there's a bigger classification above that. Does anyone remember? Yes?
I don't know how to pronounce them, but doesn't one start with an E and one start with an E?
Yes, very good. Very good. Eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Okay, so as it happens, there are indeed 2 types of cells. I have them here, and we could label this one prokaryote. This is a prokaryotic cell. And this is a eukaryotic cell. That's the adjectival form, prokaryotic, eukaryotic. You could also use the noun form, a prokaryote and a eukaryote. What's that mean?
That's a great question.
Thank you. Does anyone know what they mean? Does anyone know what, there's a prefix there. So again, we're going to start developing this skill of breaking words down because these words have a common term in them, which is karyo, right? Prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So we have prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So obviously pro is a prefix and eu is a prefix, and then karyote. So does anyone know what eu means? Eu actually shows up once in a while. You can talk about giving a eulogy at a funeral or euthanasia. These have both been death-related. Can I think of an example that isn't?
Talk about death.
Sorry?
Why do you always talk about death? Like about you dying, for example.
I'm not talking about me dying.
Yeah, but before, like the other day.
Aiden, if you're not quiet, we're going to talk about you dying. Anyway. What is a eulogy? When I die and Aiden, comes to my funeral and he gets up and he gives the eulogy, what will he be doing? Did you say 5 years?
No, I said it like years.
Oh, I thought you said in 5 years. I'm like, that's oddly specific. Aiden has a 5-year plan for my death. Anyway, I'm so glad I record all these lessons. Remember when I said I record all these lessons? Anyway, we'll move on. No, but seriously, what's a eulogy? Yeah, and what do you say? Do you say everything? Are you honest? Are you real honest when you give somebody's eulogy? Or do you say just you say the good stuff, right? You say like the good positive things. So you as a prefix actually means good or true. It's from the Greek, good or true. In this case, it's more true in the sense. Pro can be like before. More often we see a variation on that as pre, right? Like pre-game show, preliminary. But pro also shows up in there, right? Like promotion before the promotion sort of thing. But anyway, and then karyon is the Latin word for the nucleus. Karyon is the nucleus. So one of these means before the nucleus, and the other means true nucleus. So what's the major difference then between these 2 types of cells? Yep. Very good. The nucleus. And not just the nucleus, but organelles in general. So, prokaryotes are much simpler. All early cells were prokaryotic. The first hundreds of millions of years of life on Earth was all prokaryotic. Eukaryotes later evolved, but prokaryotes are still around because they're still very effective cells, even if they're simpler cells. Simple doesn't have to mean less effective, and it doesn't mean less evolved. Eukaryotes evolved, but so did prokaryotes. Modern prokaryotes are different from old ones. So prokaryotes have no nucleus, whereas eukaryotes have DNA in the nucleus. Sometimes RNA, but we're just going to say DNA in the nucleus. In the case of prokaryotes, the DNA or the RNA is just in the cytoplasm. What's cytoplasm mean again? Does everyone remember that from grade 10 biology? Yeah.
Isn't it like cell liquid?
Yeah, that's right. It's just the fluid inside the cell. It's like a gel-like fluid with all kinds of stuff dissolved in it. So for prokaryotes, their DNA and RNA is just in the cytoplasm. Eukaryotes have many organelles. What are some of the organelles? Even just one. There's one obviously everyone knows. For some reason this became like a meme at some point. Yeah, like the mitochondrion, vesicles, so on and so forth, vacuoles, etc. So they have many organelles that perform cell functions. Right? So the mitochondrion is involved in burning nutrients to produce energy. Right? That's what it does. In prokaryotes, cell functions all happen in the cytoplasm. So prokaryotes still have to burn nutrients to get energy, but they just do it in the cytoplasm. They don't have a specialized organelle to do it. Eukaryotes do. They have a mitochondria. Some prokaryotes photosynthesize, but they don't have a specialized organelle to do it. It just happens in the cytoplasm. When plants photosynthesize, they have an organelle that photosynthesizes. Does anyone remember what that's called? Yep. Very close. Chlorophyll is the actual chemical that does the photosynthesizing. Excellent. And the organelle is the chloroplast. Very good, guys. Good memories. Look at that. Did you just thumbs down your peer? Wow. Wow, we're supposed to encourage our peers, not discourage. Okay, so eukaryotes, the final main thing we'll know, they can be multicellular or single-celled. Whereas prokaryotes are only single-celled organisms. There's other differences too, but these are the ones we're going to focus on here. So, right away, humans, prokaryotic cells or eukaryotic cells? Got to be eukaryotic, right? We're multicellular. Trees. Eukaryotes, good. Some things are a little more ambiguous. Yeast. These are single-celled, but they're fungi. And if you don't know now, that's okay. That's what we're going to figure out. So this is the first major classification difference. And from there, if we look up, I want to find a nice here we are. So if we look here, this is a cladogram, like the ones we were drawing. Now in this one, the past is at the bottom, and the modern is kind of at the extrema. This is kind of ugly, but that's okay. But do we see, we have a common ancestor, right? And then from that common ancestor, we have early branching off that eventually leads to the bacteria, the archaea, and the eukarya. These are the three major domains. Bacteria are a type of prokaryote that you're probably familiar with. Archaea are also a type of prokaryote that you're probably familiar with. And then eukarya is everything with complex cells. So that includes all of your animals, your fungi, your plants, all that. Does that make sense? So these are the three categories. All of the living things that you've ever been able to see with your eyes belong to this category, right? I guess if bacteria has grown on your food so badly that it's like forming like visible colonies, which probably has happened at some point, something that like sat in the back of the fridge way too long, then you get out and there's all kinds of things growing on it. So maybe there you saw some bacteria or some archaea, but mostly they're too small to see. Most everything you've seen lives here. So these are the three domains. So the domains are, yeah.
Did you ever do extensions?
No, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue what that's.
In the cytoplasm. No, that's fine. I know it's here. Do it after. So we have archaea is the first domain. Bacteria, sometimes called eubacteria, that's falling out of fashion, and more often now we just say bacteria. The reason we used to call them eubacteria is for the long time, we actually didn't consider archaea their own domain. They used to fall under bacteria, and you know how we discovered, because they look like bacteria. They're single-celled, they look just like them. Do you know how we figured out that they had to be a separate thing? A pretty advanced analytical technique. What did we look at? We looked at the DNA. When we looked at the DNA, we actually found that archaea are actually more closely related to us than they are to bacteria. So they have to be their own category. And they're not prokaryotes, so we can't consider them prokarya, so they became their own domain. Archaea, bacteria, and is it prokaryota? OTA? I want to get it right. Or eukarya, sorry. Not eukaryota, just eukarya. That's right. Okay. Both of these are prokaryotes. And it should go without saying that these are eukaryotic, given that the name is eukarya. So that's going to give us a starting point to start differentiating between all the living things we see. Now, from there, we get the kingdoms. Today, we are going to do like a quick, I want this to take like 4 minutes. We're going to write like 2 things about each kingdom. We will study later on each of them in some detail. Ready? You ready to rush through these? All right. So in domain bacteria, we have kingdom bacteria. Not very exciting. Okay. These are small single-celled organisms. Many types. Extremely common. They're everywhere. Do you know the term ubiquitous? It means they're just everywhere. They're found everywhere. All right? You have about somewhere between 1 pound and 2 pounds of bacteria in your body right now. On your skin, in your mouth, in all of your mucous membranes, and in your GI tract. All the way through your alimentary canal, all the way through your GI tract, you're full of bacteria. Some of them are useful. Some of them you can't live without. You've probably heard about taking like probiotics and like eating like yogurt and stuff like that to make sure you have a good healthy gut microbiome or a good healthy gut biology. That's because some foods that you eat, your body can't actually digest. But you know what can digest it? Bacteria. So they live in a symbiotic relationship with us, where they help us by digesting some of our food for us, and we provide a place for them to live. So you little sack of bacteria cells, you got somewhere between 1 and 2 pounds of bacteria inside your whole body right now. Isn't that why? That's gross, right? It's gross to think about,
It's essential.
but it's true. Essential form for you. So again, other than our pal Josiah,
Yeah, I figured it out.
You found him?
He gave it to Candace. So.
Perfect.
All right, thank
Now,
you.
as instruction following goes, C-, but that's okay.
Bringing back the form is A+.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So there we go. So you can be happy with them, and I can be upset.
You know what?
I want them all
I'm
the next.
okay with playing.
I want them all the next day.
Yeah. I'm
Umpire.
okay with playing good cop.
Yeah, look at you.
At work, because at home it's.
Do you have to be bad cop? Do you know we had a calendar? This is true. My wife and I, because she was so naturally bad cop and I was so naturally good cop, and then she started to feel bad, right? Because like then she's just the one who's complaining all the time. So we had a calendar, and we'd go look at, and the kids would be being a little brats, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's my day," and I'd go down and like, "Arr!" And then Britt would be like, "Oh, it's okay." Oh, I know I'm terrible at it. Terrible at it.
This was their first date.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Look at that.
I know.
Gee, she's getting big, eh?
I know.
That is awesome. That is a really cute picture.
It's my babies.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Huh? She's 3.
that's crazy.
All right. Carry on.
That's crazy. That's too fast.
Bacteria, very important.
Very important. All right, we have another single-celled thing here, and it looks a lot like bacteria. What is it? We just looked at. What's archaea? Very good. Very similar to bacteria. Oh, hi, ancient Rome. It's Joe calling. Yeah, Aiden doesn't like how you spell things. Yeah, you want to get on that? Okay. All right, good. Aiden, how do you spell your name? How do you spell your name? Spell it for me right now. Go.
No!
Aiden, is it A-D-E-N?
I don't know what
Is it? Is that how you spell it? Or is there an oddly unnecessary vowel hanging out in there, Aiden? All right, I'm glad we had this talk. Anyway. Very. Sorry, guys. I do things weird. First of all, you mean weirdly, because what you wanted was an adverb, not an adjective, because you were describing the manner in which I do things. Do is a verb, so what you need is an adverb. And what do adverbs end in? Adverbs end in ly. So I don't do things weird, I do things weirdly. Thank you. Now what I'd like you to do is write attentively while you pay attention quietly to me while I teach weirdly. Any questions? Okay. What do they teach you people in school?
I don't know, you're the teacher.
Is this not fast? Okay, I'm sorry, I'll go faster. The genetically distinct. From bacteria, hence being their own thing. They tend to live, we're not even going to worry about it. We'll do that when we do our day on our archaea. This fine fella here, this is a single-celled organism, but it is, if you look, maybe hard to see, full of organelles. This one is full of chloroplasts. It's got vacuoles. There's a nucleus in there somewhere. There's some Golgi apparatus and some endoplasmic reticulum and all these things going on. So it is not a prokaryote. It's a eukaryote. And does anyone know what the most common single-celled eukaryotes are? They belong to a kingdom you likely have never heard of before. We don't talk about it a lot. Protista, protists. Kingdom Protista. These are single-celled, but complex, i.e. they have organelles. For now, that's going to be enough. We're going to do a day where we talk about them. For now, that's enough for you to know. That's your little Coles Note version. Yes, ma'am? Oh, yeah, dig in. Go nuts.
Class is so fun. Take me back.
Right? See, did you hear that? Yeah.
Whoa.
That's fine. You can tune it. Oh, okay. All right. What do we have here? An example of. These are mushrooms, obviously. Mushrooms belong to, are they eukaryotes or prokaryotes? Simple cells or complex cells? Complex cells. So they've got to be eukarya. I should have put eukarya, not eukaryotic on the previous one because I actually asked for the kingdom. That felt good. Felt good. I'm going to start expressing my dismay. Yes, ma'am. No, go. Very good. They belong to kingdom fungi. If you're British, thank you. If you're British, fungi. Yeah, isn't that awful? Isn't that just horrifying? So these are complex multicellular and single cellular. So there are multicellular and single-celled organisms. They have cell walls, distinct from us. It's the only reason I'm mentioning it. We'll do a whole day on fungi, so we'll get into that. But this includes the yeast. Sorry? Hey! Oh, I so look forward to all those fun puns because I love puns so much. We'll move on. Patching Calford was like being assaulted. Like I would sit at a lunch table with them and it was like just being surrounded by like anything you said, they would have a pun to say. I do miss Petch a lot. Also, if you don't stop calling him Petchy, I'm going to lower your grade on this course. I miss Mr. Petch too. I'm having a games night with Mr. Petch on Thursday. I'll say you say hello.
Tell him I said
I will. I will tell him that. What is this? It is a plant, correct. Is it a eukaryote or is it prokaryotic? It's a eukaryote, so it belongs to kingdom Eukarya. And it belongs to, what's the name of the kingdom to which plants belong? Very good. Plantae, sometimes plantae. I'm not sure how you say it. I say plantae. These are multicellular. They all photosynthesize. What does it mean to photosynthesize? Yep. Very good. To use sunlight and form it into like energy that we can store. Does anyone know when it stores energies, what it primarily stores energy as? What do plants produce from the sunlight? Yeah. Very good. Sugars specifically, most commonly, glucose. Very good. It can produce other ones, but the primary product is glucose. Good old D-glucose. And then obviously we have a final eukaryote, eukarya, and this example is, yes, belonging to kingdom Animalia. Very good. Very good. And I'm not going to describe animals because I think you get it, right? You got it. Again, we're going to have a whole unit on animal systems, so, you know. Okay, now, the last thing, and the reason I decided to teach this lesson before I gave you your project, is from here, a cladogram, which we made yesterday, or phylogenetic trees, let you look at the relative comparedness of living things. But what if you go out in the field? Now, this is getting easier, because probably, have you ever seen these apps now you can get on your phone, and you can literally like point your camera at a living thing, and it will be like, that is a eucalyptus tree, and that is a scarlet tanager, and that is a human, which is pretty cool. But I'm old, as you know, and so back in my day when we need to get information, we looked in books. So I have books at home that are guides to like nature. So for example, I love birds. I like going bird watching. And so I have a guide to the birds of Southern Ontario. And it's a guidebook. And it has a page about each bird, but it also has at the back an identification guide, where if you're looking at something in front of you, can you figure out what it is? Because it's not much good. Like when you look in a dictionary, which is a thing people used to have to do, you can know where to look because you know, even if you don't know how to spell the word, you know what it sounds like, right? You can do the first letter and you can kind of find your way there, right? If you're looking at some bird in front of you, or some gecko, or some fungus, and you gotta be careful with fungi, because like you can go mushroom picking and it'll be like, those ones are delicious, those ones will like get you incredibly stoned, and those ones will get you incredibly dead, and these ones over here will get you incredibly nauseous. And depending on what it is you're looking for, you probably want to make sure you know the difference, right? which in all seriousness, people die mushroom picking every year in Ontario. Every year somebody dies picking mushrooms. So do be careful. If you see a wild mushroom, don't assume that you can eat it. Because, again, some of them can be quite deadly. Yes, ma'am?
This might be like an inappropriate question, but
Sure.
whatever. Can you literally just find like mushrooms that will get you stoned?
Yeah, no, of course you can. Like, yeah, no, well, I don't know, but anywhere, like, I don't know.
But like, I mean,
I don't know. Like, hypothetically speaking, like Ava's backpack, I don't know. Maybe it was one way to find out, but in the meantime, sorry, was that inappropriate? I'm very sorry. Anyway, the good news is I'm recording this lesson right now. No, like, so to answer your question, there are chemicals with psychotropic properties, i.e. properties that affect the way your brain functions, all around us in nature, right? Like, ranging from very common ones. Lots of different organisms produce alcohol, like ethanol, which we call alcohol generically speaking. That is a neurotoxin, actually. It just causes brain damage, which apparently people enjoy consuming enough alcohol. Put your hand down to get brain damage. We'll get to you. Give me a sec. But no, likewise, there are plants that produce psychotropic compounds. They're, right, like ranging from marijuana to all sorts of things, but also animals. My cousin Mike was they were going on a trip through Peru. It was really cool. They spent a month like hiking and canoeing and going all through Peru. They were there forever. It was really cool. But one night, the guy who was guiding them like got a frog and started extracting stuff from it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to cut you and put this under your skin." And like you go on a journey. And my cousin was like, that does not appeal to me. And so like he didn't. But this is like a traditional thing they do, and they take this compound, and it causes them to have severe hallucinations. There's a lot of research into the benefits of carefully controlled use of hallucinogenics. It's being used to treat post-traumatic stress disorder. It's being used to treat a number of things. There's also a lot of evidence of the danger of induced schizophrenia and things like that in overuse and abuse of these things. All of which is to say, one ought to be very careful with things of a psychotropic nature. I'm a very boring person, so I've never done a drug in my life. So I'm not somebody to talk to about sort of the safe way to approach these things. I had an uncle who was a schizophrenic, and I spent my whole life going to visit him every day. Not every day, sorry, but like every month, every week, whatever, with my dad, like, in the psych ward and then like in halfway houses. And that kind of cured my sense of adventurism with drugs and sort of that lifestyle that it kind of scared me out of. But obviously there's people who, use things of this nature all the time who don't end up in psych wards and aren't schizophrenic, right? So there certainly is a safe way to approach these things, but I would strongly recommend doing so with caution. And especially like if some guy named Knuckles who has like a tattoo with a misspelling is like, "Hey, put this in your body," my strong advice would be don't, And certainly if it's just something you've stumbled on yourself, do be careful. Because again, you might look in a guide and be like, "Oh my God, those look exactly like magic mushrooms. Let's get really high," and then you eat something that kills you. And you don't want to do that, So proceed with caution would be my strong advice. Yeah, Flourish. Yeah. Books do that sometimes. Was it no? Okay. Follow-up question: was it a good book? Did you enjoy it? Good. I'm glad. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry. According to my children, I don't have to try because it just comes naturally to me. I'm going to accept that as true. So anyway, when you look at a field guide, a common way that you can identify species is with what we call a dichotomous tree. This isn't the only way, but it's a really useful way. And this is a stupid one because you do not need a dichotomous tree to tell what these things are, right? But just to show you, we often teach starting with simple examples and then build up to more complex ones. Does that make sense? So if you were out in nature and you were going on some magical walk where you saw this, and this, and this, also this, and this, and you didn't know what was what, you could pull out your trusty guide, your trusty tree rose fish platypus bird guide, and say, "Help me tree, flower, fish, mammal, bird guide. What am I looking at? And, okay, so for example, look here. In a dichotomous key, every question has only two answers. So here, plant or animal. And if the answer is plant, then you go down to this question. Does that make sense? So let's say I'm looking at, I don't know, I'm out in nature and I'm looking at this guy right here. All right? Does that make sense? I would start by saying, okay, let's ask my questions. Is this a plant or an animal? That's very funny, but no, it's an animal. So we're going to pick animal, and then we're going to go down, and then the next question would be, does it live underwater or does it live on land? Yeah, I mean, you could argue that it lives in the air, but we'll go with land as being a better answer. And then we'll go down here, does it have hair or does it have feathers? This has feathers, and we would say, wow, you're looking at a bird. This guide was so helpful. Okay, now, do you need a guide to know that that's a bird? Probably not. Maybe you do, in which case we just did it. But now we could look at some more serious examples. This one below is obviously meant to be stupid.
As you say more serious examples.
I just liked this one, all right? This one lets you tell the difference between monster trucks, 4x4s, speedboats, motorbikes, mega dynamites, swords, ankylosaurs, and T-Rexes, and it makes note that everything else is of no interest.
So many exclamation marks.
I think that's a question, that is, as my grandfather used to say, a question that contains its own reply. Because would you rather hear somebody say, monster truck or monster truck? And I think we all know the answer, right? Right? Can we agree? Listen, if you turn on the radio and it's like, Saturday, there's a monster truck in Toronto. You're going to be like, oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds sort of like, weirdly like these cafeteria announcements we get. Or on the other hand, it could be like, Saturday, monster trucks. You know, like, I don't know. All I'm saying is try it tomorrow. Be like, French fries. Come down and get them for $3. In all seriousness, I think your announcements are wonderful, and I don't think you should change one bit. As you know,
I was like, okay, well, where they put it on the board makes no sense. So I see it last minute, and then I try and fit it in.
I think you do it. I genuinely think you do a great job, and I find your cafeteria announcements not annoying, and I normally have found the cafeteria historically rather annoying. So you just keep on doing you. You're doing great. Now, could you build in a little caca at the beginning? I don't know. That's up to you. But
last year in the kitchen, they tried bringing money together to make me say cacao.
And?
It did not.
How high did they get?
I don't know.
Like, because everyone has a number. Like, no, but everyone has a number. Like, if somebody showed up with $1 billion tomorrow, you'd say it. So then the question is, like, what about 8?
I'm not saying yes or no to this.
Okay. Well, no for 100? You're telling me if somebody handed you $100 bill, you wouldn't do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so 100. What about 50?
Sure.
Okay, 20.
Sure, but that's like the lowest.
20 is the lowest. 19 and you're out.
No.
Okay, that's fair. See, we just found it. See, that's negotiating. We found a number, and everyone can be happy with it. So if I ever hear you do a caca,
How no? Come on.
so if you do a caca, I will know that somebody has handed you a $20 bill or greater.
Like they just tried.
Nice. I like it. Okay, so this one's just silly, but we have in your homework a serious one. This actually comes from a real field guide. So I'm going to leave your homework to you, but I mean, do we want to do one of these? Okay, ready? I can't draw a T-Rex. Which of these do I think I can draw?
Can you please try and draw it actually? Or let's just do it?
Can somebody draw? Okay, get up here. Pick any one of these things and draw them. All right? And obviously, don't tell us what you're drawing, and then we will use the dichotomous key to answer it. All right? All right, we're going to use the dichotomous key.
Can I just show you my drawing? I'm not going to draw.
Sure, please. Can I see?
Yes.
Listen, that's much better than I did. So listen, nothing but, I do love an ankle score.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me do the T-Rex. You can't tell the T-Rex.
That looks pretty good. I would love to be able to draw, and biology class stresses me out because there's tons of things I draw in it, and it's always bad.
Why did I pick this one? I can't.
I think you're doing great. I mean, I don't know what it is yet, but I think it looks.
It's a dinosaur. It looks like a drop with beans on. It's a dinosaur.
Is that on our card? Well, then we would just say of no interest.
Is it T-Rex?
Yeah.
You need to figure that one out.
Oh.
Okay.
I drew this wrong.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen. Don't let them judge you.
I really enjoyed it.
Alex got this.
Yeah. Well, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh, it's a T-Rex.
Oh, it's good. And it's got the little hands. I like that.
We don't know that.
That's pretty good. I could not do that. Oh, it looks angry. It looks angry. It's annoyed with my long stories too. It's like, oh my god, he talks so weird. They're like, no T-Rex, try again. And he'll be like, weirdly. They're like, thank you, T-Rex.
There we go.
Okay, so now, he is adorable. It's my new favorite student. So now, let's go. Is this a truck? No. Okay. Is it a speedboat? No. Okay. Is it a motorcycle? No. Does it explode? Does it normally explode? No. Okay. Anything can explode, right? Anything can explode. Is it a dinosaur?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it, what did I skip? Oh, is it a weapon? Is it weapon-like? I'm going to go with no. I think weapon is something you can pick up and hit someone with or hurt someone with. And I think you are going to struggle to pick up a T-Rex. So I'm going to go with no. Is it a dinosaur? Yes. Is it the toughest dinosaur ever?
Yes.
Oh, then it's an ankylosaur? Ah, then I think you mean no. So it's a T-Rex. There you go. Okay. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not your dancing monkey. All right. So there we go. Okay, now, again, is this obviously silly? A little bit silly. But the premise is there. Now listen, the project you're going to do, you're going to pick, I'm going to give it to you tomorrow, but you can think about it today. I'm going to give you a task where you have to pick a group of species. They have to be different species. So you can't pick breeds. You can't be like, I'm doing dogs. I'm sorry, because dogs are all the same species. Now, you could do dogs actually as separate species and do like coyotes, and jackals, and like, like you could do the canids. That'd be fine. But you can't do domestic dogs because they are one species. But you have to pick some kind of collection of species. Has to be at least 10. You could go more than 10, but I think you'll see now why when I said you probably don't want to pick something where there's 1,000, you're going to have to make a few things about it, but one of the things you're going to have to make is a dichotomous key to help me identify them. So if you pick something that there's 1,000, that's going to be like 1,000 questions. And that would take a long time to make. So my advice would be 10, 12, maybe 15, after which you probably want to chill out. Does that make sense? So today, there's some homework here to do. You can probably get that done in this time, and then you don't have to take it home. But you can also be thinking, hey, I'm really into whales. Maybe I'll do that. Or, hey, I'm really into sharks. Or I'm really into deciduous trees found in Carolinian forests. I don't know. Yes? You could use a subset. Absolutely. I'd like you to pick something that is a logical subset. So if you're like, okay, there's way too many sharks, then say like, well, what about sharks that are found in the Caribbean? Or sharks that are found off Cape Cod? I would like there to be a through line, not just like, here are 10 random sharks. Does that make sense? Okay. And again, you'll get the actual assignment tomorrow. You'll have a work period tomorrow to work on said assignment. Anyone have any questions about this? Okay, well, got to save this recording. Another one for the record books. Oh, are you at the... Nice. That's okay. You drive there. You drive there, and this was off the ramp. Listen, in my head, I was driving to Vineland, getting off at Victoria, and going up till you get to Balls Falls. I gotta... No, that's true. You're not driving. Ava, are they letting you drive the bus? You should ask. If you're like, Satrush, I get to drive the bus, right? Yes, it is that right there. Could you actually do me one extra? Could you put the extras in the handout folder? Bless you. Thanks so much. Right over here, it'll say period 3 handout. How we doing, dude? What are we thinking?
You have to review questions that we talked about.
Oh, I'd love to.
I wrote down
Yep.
response.
After talking with my placement supervisor.
I think there's 4.
Yeah, that sounds great. I like that. Obviously, you should fix that like obs ring. But other than that, I think it's great. Oh, nice job. Hey, guys. Shh. Hey, listen up. When it's work time, that isn't, hey, let's get really noisy time. Because listen, if you're being honest, shh, you can't think in that kind of volume, and nor can anyone else. So get to work. This is a point where I don't want to see you on your phone, but if you want to put some earbuds in so you've got some music and that'll help you not distract people, I'm cool with that. Have a playlist ready, because again, I don't want to see you switching songs and nonsense like that. But when I give you time to work quietly, my expectation is that we're going to be working and that we're going to be doing so in what manner?
Quietly.
Quietly. Good. And Kate, like me, I know you specialize in quiet work. We're just 2 quiet people here, you and me. People always say, that Kate, that Orlando can hardly hear him. Yes. Oh, yes, because it has a color to it, doesn't it? There you go. Sorry, even there, my projector washes colors out if there's any light on. Sorry about that. Yes? Oh, yeah, no, I tend to... Shh, hey! Settle down. Get to work. Get to work. Don't be throwing things in my classroom. Only I throw things in my classroom. Yeah. Be careful. It could be you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'd yell at you. 2 things can be true. In other words, do I say contradictory things? Yes. Yes, I do. Great. I'm obsessed with it. It's a fun weekend, but I just think it's so pretty. Hey.
I just wanted to let you know I didn't know take retail for like my choice.
You get another year, dude.
I know. I was just because like I don't know. I thought I hated you.
Do you hate me?
No.
Good,
I
I'm
didn't
glad.
want that.
'Cause I happen to be a big fan, man, so it would really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm not doing this for a whole semester where every 2 seconds they get noisy again. Not doing it, alright? You're not in who's a noisy class. I'm not in Elastrix class right now.
SBI3U.
I love Elastrix. He's a much nicer person than I am. Which brings me back to my first point. You're not in Elastrix class right now. Shut up. You're not in Calford's class right now. That guy's pretty nice. I make it a habit to not be, I try not to be nice before you graduate. That's my goal.
I've always thought you had passed 2 years ago.
If I have to put you guys in a seating plan, like, I will be disgusted. To be clear. Just so everyone's clear on that. You will be disgusted if I have to make a seating plan in a grade 11 college university split class. I have never, and may I never. Are you up all falls? Fun. That's okay. The assignment will be online if you want to get started, and I never get the site to screw up the next day. It's always. I want to look. Yeah, I want to. Oh, guys, by the way, look at me. There is indeed a question on where to look things up. While working, you can feel free if you want to use your phone to do that. There's time left. Again, be using them appropriately and for academic purposes. But listen to me, this is going to a plan now. It's going to apply on every assignment you do, everything I make you write. So look at me, because I won't say it twice, and I will be very clear. This is homework, whatever, do your own thing. When I ask you to define something, I want you to always, whether I give you a book, or whether I say look on the internet, or whether it's from a note, or whether it's whatever, I want you to look, I want you to read the definition. Then, do you know how you know when you're ready to answer the question? You put that away, and you say it in your own words. And if you can't do that, you don't know what you're talking about yet. So do not ever, not once, give me a word-for-word definition for something, because that's not your work. I don't present it. I'm always asking you to define things in your own terms. So look it up, by all means, read it, understand it, put it in your own words. Is that more challenging? Yes, that's the point. Yes, sir, I can help you. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit for sure, but there's surprisingly little way less than others. Really big differences. Where you go, you know, yeah. Now, every while. Yeah. Yeah. So even right? So like you go just walk up to it. So it's hard to help and base cases on that. And then the rest of it,
are you talking about like skin in the wild? Yeah.
Not in yeah, so the States is a rich country, right? And so it's actually now for so that's higher than like
No, he paid what? Yes. No.
And then you don't want to switch it.
Okay, I already have my
yeah, I would say don't be like sexual reproduction graphic demonstration.
Why'd you search it up?
Anyone that tells you not to search something up, I've already searched that thing up. I almost guarantee it.
Fair enough. Probably know a lot more than I do, so I'll look forward to picking your brain. Alright, so tomorrow will be an easy day for you because these guys will be working on projects, so I'll just have you kind of work on or you're at Balls Falls. Tomorrow will be a great day for you. You go to Balls Falls and have fun doing that. Hey guys, can I actually get a show of hands? How many people are on the Balls Falls trip tomorrow? Well, that's actually a perfect day to start this project then, because again, I never give a project that's like due the next day, so nobody has to worry about that. So you'll be able to get started, whatever, either on your own from home or just wait till the next day, and that way you're not missing a lesson. On the Wednesday, I want to start doing some serious getting this lab back in order and back cleaned up. So probably for the first, yeah, I'll make notes, and it'll probably take me a bunch of days. Yeah. So sorry about not having something. So when in doubt, you have something to work on. Yeah. How's math going so far? Nice. I love that pose. Ah. Nope. Part of it, I think.
I don't know why people like it. You don't? Used to. I don't.
I don't say Gertrude's type. It's straight.
Well, I'm not giving him the money. Stop reminding that. I don't want to think of
You guys can leave. Guys, it's time. It's time to leave. I'm losing you. I'm not gonna lose you. We're good. You can never go. Right? But it is, it's a tough job. Right? I will keep your I'll catch it. You'll be penalized. Yeah. She didn't get she no problem, but I will keep yours out. Thank you. You as well. Are you at Balls Falls tomorrow?
No.
Are you got a student council kid?
I would like to be, but I would like to be in the activities not make
So you like participating, but not playing inside. That's fair.
I would like to help out though, like after stuff.
I think the athlete aspect of it is what used to be athletic council and is now fitness leadership.
Bye.
At this point, the Rose Falls, by the way, is not only an administrative council, I'm also doing the fitness leadership course.
Sorry?
A complex prokaryote cell have organelles?
Does.